Hello traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at Novavax. Not my favorite stock. Forget the company, just the stock. Um, Not short it, and I won't trash it today. I'm completely agnostic as to what happens with it. In fact, today I thought about going long it for a trade with a tight stop, and let me walk you through that in a little bit. But first, I want to update. Um, Last time I did a video on this one, two times before. One time it was on November 20th, and I said guaranteed move coming in Novavax, and then boom, we have this huge rally from. I saw a squeeze in the action. I said guaranteed move somewhere around here, and this is what happened next. I did delete one line, and I'll show you my lines. That was up here, showing a gigantic cup and handle. I don't know why it's not there anymore. I will put it back just to show you the upside potential that I may be smelling. But it's up to you to do your homework to see where they stand in that vaccine process, because I don't think they have any products on the market yet. And I know they're in the running for a vaccine. I know they got $1 billion from the U.S. government, maybe more, I'm not sure, to develop the vaccine. So I'm hoping that they do have a vaccine for humanity's perspective, and for it to finally have a stinking product. It's got vaccine in its name, and it doesn't have a vaccine on the market yet, ever. So strange. Also a reminder that this is a reverse split stock, 20-1. So the real price, if you want the real price to see, divide that by 20 to get an idea of where it was not too long ago. Back to the trade. I thought about taking a long. I haven't done it yet. I had an order open, but it didn't fill, so I will try again tomorrow. I would put a tight stop below these wicks. You don't want to see them lose it. Not just the wicks, the level where it's at. This is a daily chart, nothing fancy. Looking back into July of last year, maybe even June, middle to early June, this is a place where they loved it the most. The buyers and the sellers. This is where it traded the most busy. The second most busy is right here. It's pretty bad English, but that's how it came out. And the zone that's the busiest is plus or minus around it from here to here. So it's no surprise. In fact, when on that day I did another video, follow up to the breakout video, saying that if you didn't book profits here, then you shouldn't be watching this video, because you will never book profits. If you don't book profits after this much upside in 3 days, then there's no convincing you that this is a trade, not an investment. But even if it's an investment, I'd be out so quickly, it's not even funny. But I also said on the dip, I said, I bet you that 120 is where the bulls will show up. This is 120 right here. Literally, they fought over the 120. I said plus or minus. You can go watch the video. It's exactly what I said. 120 plus or minus is where the bulls will show up. This is exactly what plus or minus 120 looks like. Above it, below it, and the fight is going on. So where's the excitement come from today? Let me see here. StockTwits posted a jumping horse, mini horse. I thought it was cute as can be. Okay, so first of all, the bet is against this floor. I say floor, the short-term floor, daily floor. So what is that? A couple of weeks, a month of nice bounces. So my assumption is they will hold until they fail. And if they fail, this is the next level of fight. I'm not saying it's going there. In fact, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying the assumption until this fails is that whatever is going on will continue to go on. Plus, we have a lower high, so that makes it exciting. That makes it more urgent, because now the range went from plus or minus 120 to 120, and let's go, basically. So now the fight becomes more urgent, therefore action happens. So maybe a burst up, a couple of stalls, and then another showdown up here, and then once they go above it, then they bring back the fight to this zone, which they lost not too long ago. So stage one is here. This is stage one. What happens here? Again, this is a trade, not an investment. I just told you I don't like the company, so it's definitely not an investment. What does that mean? It means if it goes below here, I was wrong. I'm out. So whatever trade I decide to do, buy stocks, sell puts, I wouldn't sell puts, sell put spreads, buy calls or call spreads, I'm out if I'm wrong about this floor holding, because that's the basis, literally the basis of this upside bet. Now, if it goes above this, it gets more exciting, and because the fight now becomes with huge consequences. So if a failure takes this long to come back to a point of fail. Sorry about this. It's the end of the day. What is today? I should say that. It's January 5th, after the market closed, half hour ago. So if it takes them this long, and that's a long time, to come back to a point of failure, the second time they fail, they do better. They don't fail as badly. And however they get back to 150, they get back to 150. I just showed you 3-step process. They come back to this failing point. If by whenever they get above 150 and then they test it for floor, expect a huge upside. How big? Technicians will tell you as deep as the bowl. So I'm not a technician. I will give them credit for as deep as the bowl, but I usually will tell you that it's going to encounter sellers at 160 clearly, at 170 clearly, and through 190 with emphasis on 180, 177-ish. So it has a lot of resistance lines to go through, but these are headline stocks. It may all look like this. If they get approved and the vaccine is 90% effective or whatever, but this is the pattern. When they come back to a failing point from a better base, the bulls are in control. You see how the range is going to go from here and come to a point of fight somewhere around here, and then if they overwhelm them, the buyers, then the sellers are tired, and then they do run out. You can look at it as a rally that consolidated, and then a follow through for the second part of the rally. A lot of lines, but it all comes down really to one point, the starting point, and that's like right here and right now, and that is the fight that is coming down. We've got a base and a descending. So here, something's going to happen that could trigger something nice. There are resistance here, there's another resistance here and here. However this unfolds, this, if above that, which is, I'm going to eyeball 138, triggers something to bring an even more important battle at 150, which was guaranteed fail. So the bulls are very confident up here. The bears are very confident up here. When it gets here, they're going to try to sell the heck out of it. And if they can't, then they are tired. And then the bulls will prevail. So trade, not investment, because I told you I don't like the company. Don't take offense to it. You can't like every company that's out there. I just don't like it. I've only traded it mostly for the long part. I've shorted it a couple of times by selling call spreads and they worked out, but I haven't done that in a long time, so I'm not talking my book by any means. And I know that the range first fight is right here. The second fight will be right here. The third fight, which would be the exciting part, is this zone up here. So that is the skinny on that bad boy. You know what? I asked the chat room if they know anything about the timing of their about their progress of their vaccine. So let me go check before I end this video to see if anybody answered me. I've heard a lot of pings since then. Thank goodness I did. Tom in the chat room. Yes, it is open 24 hours every day. Over 200, maybe 240 people in there, in and out. We do good work. So somebody answered. Thanks, Tom, if you're watching this video. He said that they are still in phase 1 trials, and but they're working on alternative treatment, something about a half dose. You have to verify all the stuff. All I did is just trust Tom. So Tom, hopefully you don't give me egg on my face here. But anyway, this is the technical story of it. The fundamentals of it is up to you. Again, I labeled it as a trade for me because I don't believe in the company. I'm just trading the chart. And it looks like there is literally a base that if it fails, I'm out. And the opportunity can be 3 tiers. The first, the base, poke at X, what I just showed you right there at X, and then another battle up here, which could bring a battle to here, and once above here, if above here, then woo! It means they came to market with something, probably headline this, headline that, something, I don't know. Now, if they fail for whatever reason, I mean, these stocks are headline stocks, then they better hold this. You know, I don't know if I want to mention that. All I have to tell you that this usually is a buying opportunity, but in that case, if that fails, it's a trigger for God knows what below, and I don't want to even look back. Well, I did mention it in the beginning, but I don't really want to look back. I did forget to show you my lines, and I said I would add a line. Okay, so these are the lines. I think I drew these yesterday or over the weekend. I can't remember. And so the circle is step 1, and then the resistance zone. There we go. So the path to the trigger. But I also had a line up here that I should put back. I forgot where I drew it, but it doesn't matter where it starts from. The idea is if they take this out, what did we say? The upside is as big as this guy. So let's eyeball that. There's going to be a lot of resistance up here. So I'm going to put it at the high. How about that? So this is not a forecast. This is last step 3 or 4 of this whole scenario. Breakout 1, battle, end result, if everything plays out. Stop out of here. For me, here, stop out. If I take it.